Hello to everyone. Our subject is Internet and Web Technology. In this subject, we will learn about some basics about Internet and we will learn how to create website. Throughout this tutorial, we will try to answer some basic questions about Internet. So here we will discuss first component of our subject, that is Internet. Here we will discuss what is Internet, what are the various uses of Internet, how to access to Internet, what are the various types and function of modem. What is Internet? Internet is defined as an information superhighway to access information over the web. It is the largest network of networks in the world. It is a network of networks joining many government, university, private and academic computers together and providing an infrastructure for the use of email, hypertext document, database, other computation resources. So we can say that Internet is a network of interconnected networks. Even if part of its infrastructure is destroyed, data can flow through remaining network. This is the main advantage, we can say main feature of Internet. Every computer and network on the Internet uses same protocol, means rule and procedure to transfer information. The protocol used by Internet is TCP/IP, means Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol. No matter what type of computer we connect to Internet, it always uses, I repeat, it always uses TCP/IP to exchange information with any other kind of computer. So we can say Internet is based on TCP/IP protocol. Rather than moving through geographical space, it moves our idea and information through cyberspace. Means it is a space of electronic movement of idea and information. We can say Internet is a rare example of a Raj democracy because it is having no state of head, no official censor, no boss, no board of director. Nobody controls the internet and in principle any computer can speak to any other computer as long as it obeys the technical rule of TCP/IP protocol. So we can say internet is a self-publishing medium, which means no one is in charge of content found on the internet. Anyone can publish anything on the internet, whether information true or false. So the question arises, where is all the information? Where is all the information stored? Where all the information goes? The information actually runs from one computer to another on server. Server are the machine that share information across computers. So when we say download information from the internet, it is a little bit wrong. We should say download information through the internet because information is stored on the computer or machine which is connected to internet. So we can say internet is a fantastic place to research information for a project or for a piece of assignment. Whenever we search on anything, it always displays something for us. The internet is a global network of billions of computers and other electronic devices. Global communication is easy now thanks to linked worldwide computer network which we call internet. In less than 20 years, the internet has expanded to link up around 230 different nations. Even some of the world's poorest developing countries are also connected to internet. The concept of internet was originated in 1969 and has undergone several technological and infrastructure changes. The origin of internet derives from the concept of ARPANET, which was called Advanced Research Project Agency Network. ARPANET was developed by United States Department of Defense. ARPANET was renamed the Internet in 1984 when it linked 1,000 hosts. So we can say that ARPANET acts as a precursor to the Internet. Computers connected to ARPANET use the standard rule to communicate with each other, which is NCP, that is National Control Protocol. Protocol is a network term used to indicate standard used by network for communication. Rapid change in information technology suppressed NCP and brought TCP/IP in the world of networking. By the time with the invention of new technologies such as DNS, web browser, scripting language, Internet provided a medium to publish and access information over the web. In 1995, only 16 million people are connected to Internet, while in June 2020, 4,648 million people are connected to Internet. So think how Internet evolved is. Here we will discuss various uses of Internet. What we can do with the Internet in our daily life. The first main application of Internet is email. Email stands for electronic mail. It is one of the most widely used features of the Internet. We can send and receive message to and from anyone with an email address anywhere in the world. Next main feature of Internet is we can upload and receive information between computers. Uploading means when we send information from our computer. Downloading means when we receive information on our computer. We can participate in various discussion groups such as blog and news groups. Here we can exchange ideas and share information. We can surf the web. We can search anything on the web and exchange data all over the world. We can shop sitting back at home. This is called electronic commerce. Electronic commerce is the activity or process of electronically buying or selling of products online over the internet. COVID-19 has resulted in more consumers shopping online. We can play online interactive games, we can listen to music, we can watch online videos, we can read about hobby, we can keep up to date with the news and sporting event. So internet acts as a source of entertainment for us. We can apply online course, we can organize webinar, we can organize workshop, we can present our paper in conference. Online classes are possible due to internet only. We can explore the world with the help of internet. Means satellite and mapping applications are the example of exploring the world using internet. We can use an encyclopedia to search any information. The internet would not exist without the hard work of a lot of great people. The technologies and standards developed by them make today's internet and web possible. They deserve recognition and our gratitude for changing the world with the internet. We will identify and pay tribute to several of those personalities like Claude Shannon, Ted Nelson, Winton Cerf, Tim Berners-Lee, Brian Carpenter for making internet possible. Here we will discuss netiquette of internet. Netiquette it consists of two words, network and etiquette. Netiquette is concerned with the proper way to communicate in an online environment. We should keep the following points in mind while working on the internet. We should use antivirus protection software before going online. We should not reveal sensitive information like personal account number online. We should keep our account information safe. We should keep our account information means login and password safe. We should not click on spam mails. We should not use abusive language during communication. The main point, we should keep our software or apps updated with time. Remember, I repeat, remember what we post online stays online forever. Always create backup copies for important stuff. And last and most important, don't plagiarize. In order to access the internet, we should have computer, PDA or cell phone. PDA means personal data assistant. We should have account with an ISP. ISP means internet service provider. The main important hardware device we should have is a modem. Modem which consists of two words, modulator and demodulator. We should have telephone connection and internet client software such as internet browser. Now the question arises how individual and organization get the internet? The solution is they use an internet service provider. ISP is a company that offers clients access to the internet. ISP charge person for a fee and provide the following services. First service, adding our computer to ISP network, they allow us to communicate with the other computer on the internet. Providing our computer an IP address, allowing the other computer on the internet to communicate with us. Examples of ISP are Jio, Airtel, BSNL. It also provides email service for its customer. It may provide web file storage service or a limited web hosting service. The main function of internet is to move information from one place to another. The machines that make up the internet treat all the information they handle in exactly the same way. So internet can handle many different kinds of information, helping people to do many different jobs. It is not special to handle email, it is not special to handle web page, it is not special to handle chat message. All the information is handled equally and passed on in exactly the same way. So people can easily use the internet to run new application. So when inventors developed Skype, a way of making telephone call over the web, over the net, they just had to write a program that could turn speech into internet data and back again. There is no need to rebuild the entire internet to make Skype possible. So internet can handle any kind of information. Here we are going to discuss what is modem and why modem is required. As we know, data communication means transmitting digital information from one computer to other computer through the communication channel. And our computer technology, it purely relies on numbers to transmit, receive and process information. While on the other hand, telephone technology is partly analog, means it uses continuously varying electrical signal to transmit information. So the question arises, how do digital computers communicate across analog telephone lines which are designed to carry speech? Solution is simply they use modem. Modem are devices that turn digital information into analog sound signal for telephone journey and then turn it back at the other end. So we can say that modem acts as translator. Computers speak digital and telephone understand analog. So we need modem to translate between the two. Modem is a word which consists of two words, modulator and demodulator. Modulator means to convert digital signal into analog signal and send it over the telephone line. The process of converting digital signal into analog signal is called modulation. While on the other hand, demodulator means receiving modem converts analog signal into digital signal and this process is known as demodulation. So process of converting analog signal into digital signal is called demodulation. So we need modem to transmit information over the telephone network. Computer sends information in the form of digital signal, but the information over the telephone needs to be transmitted in the form of analog signal. So modem converts the digital signal into analog signal and these analog signals are carried over the telephone line. When these signals reach another computer, the analog signals are converted back to digital form. So sending modem modulates the data into a signal that is compatible with the phone line and receiving modem demodulates the signal back into digital data. So we need pair of modem to transmit information over the telephone network. Wireless modem convert digital data into radio signal and back. So modem helps us to transmit information or data from one computer to another computer using standard telephone lines. Different modems have different speeds. The speed of modem is determined by modulation and demodulation standard. The rate at which modem converts digital signal into analog signal and sends them over transmission media like telephone wire, and modem converts analog signal into digital signal is called modem speed. Modem speed, it is measured in BPS, means bits per second, like 2400 BPS, 9600 BPS or 56.5 kbps, kilobits per second. Next is classification of modem. The various types of modem are internal modem, external modem, wireless modem, fax modem, DSL modem and cable modem. First kind of modem is internal modem. As the name suggests, it resides inside the system. It is attached inside the system through expansion slots. So internal modem is a type of modem that is installed on the slots of the motherboard. This modem acts as an expansion card. It can't be moved easily from one PC to another, because if we want to move it from one PC to another, we have to open the case of PC. It is difficult to set up, and the advantage of this modem is that it does not require a separate power supply. It is cheaper than external modem, but another disadvantage is that it is unable to see the processing status of internal modem directly. Our next modem is external modem. An external modem is a removable device which is used for communication purpose. This modem is connected with the computer with a communication port or USB port, means universal serial bus port. It has some lights which indicate the processing status of modem. Means we can check the processing status of modem by seeing the lights. It is connected to telephone wall by another cable. Here we have to supply external power. So because we supply external power, so no heat is generated inside the computer as in case of internal modem. Hence this increases the lifeline of a computer system. And it is very easy to set up as compared to internal modem, but the main disadvantage of external modem is that it is expensive as compared to internal modem. Main advantage of external modem is that it provides more speed as compared to internal modem. Another category of modem is wireless modem. Wireless modem transmit the data signal through the air instead of by using a cable. They sometimes are called radio frequency modem. This type of modem is designed to work with cellular technology and WLAN, that is wireless local area networks. These kind of modem are pre-built into smartphone, mobile phone and PDA, that is personal data assistant. Means our telephone, our smartphones, they are based on wireless modem. These modem use two types of transmission to transfer the data, radio transceiver and infrared. Another kind of modem is a fax modem. It allows us to send and receive fax with the help of computer. The fax part of modem sends or receive data which is interpreted as a picture. We can create document on a computer and send them directly from the application to a fax machine or a computer with the fax modem. The information is sent over telephone line to remote fax machine or fax modem. So we can send any kind of document. It may be thesis, it may be our resume, it may be any kind of document to a fax machine in a matter of seconds. So fax modem enables a computer to transmit and receive document on a telephone line like a normal fax. With the fax modem, computer performed like a fax machine and it can fax any kind of document within a matter of seconds. Another category is DSL modem, digital subscriber line modem. It provides high-speed connection and uses the same wire as a regular telephone line. We can use internet connection and phone line for voice call at the same time because DSL modem uses different frequency. It does not require new wiring during installation. So this is the main advantage of installing DSL modem. We can install DSL modem where there is an existing telephone network, and it also offers a reliable and affordable connection. It offers a download speed between 5 to 35 megabits per second and upload speed between 1 to 10 megabits per second. Variants of DSL are SDSL, symmetrical digital subscriber line, which provides same upload and download speed. ADSL, asymmetrical digital subscriber line, which provides more download speed as compared to upload speed, because we mainly download more as compared to we upload the information. Next two variants are HDSL, high bitrate digital subscriber line, and VDSL, very high bitrate digital subscriber line. They provide more speed as compared to SDSL and ADSL. DSL connection is distance sensitive, means connection is better the closer when we are to central office. So when we get further away, the signal decreases and speed slows. Category of modem is cable modem. Cable modems provide internet access using same cable that transmit cable television. Cable modem connections are faster than dial-up and DSL connections. A cable modem connection is always connected to internet. So this is the main advantage of using cable modem, because our computer is always logged onto the internet. However, at the same time, it is having disadvantage because hackers have more time to gain access to our computer and any files that may be stored on it, because we are always connected to internet. So hackers may steal important information from our system. Cable modems connect directly to pre-installed cable lines. This is also advantage as well as a disadvantage. Advantage means we don't need to have other service such as telephone in order to receive internet through cable modem. The disadvantage is that we can't have cable internet in those areas where there are no cable lines. In addition to converting digital signal into analog signal, the modem carry out many other tasks. Here we will discuss functions performed by modem. Modems minimize the error that occur while transmission of signal. They also have the functionality of compressing data sent by signal. They also do the task of regulating the information sent over a network. The main function of modem is to modulate and demodulate the analog signal, means to transmit digital information over telephonic network. Another function is error correction. In this process, the device checks if the information they receive is correct. It divides the information into packets called frames. The information is checked on the basis of checksum. Checksum is a method of checking redundancy in data present on the computer. The device that receives the information verifies if the information sent by error corrective modem matches with the checksum. If it matches, then the information is kept. Otherwise, information is sent back to the error corrective modem. Next function is compressed data. Information is sent in compressed form to reduce the amount of time it takes to send data. For compressed data, information is sent in many bits. The bits are grouped together by a device in order to compress them. The compression and uncompression algorithm, information should be uncompressed with the same algorithm with which the information is compressed. Next important function performed by modem is flow control. As we know, different devices vary in their speed of sending signal. Thus, it creates problem in receiving signal if one of them is slow. So, it is necessary for fast modem to slow down so that slow modem can catch up. Otherwise, the slow modem will receive more data than it can process. So, in this way, information can be closed. In this video, we have discussed the basic concepts of internet and modem. The information used in this video has been referred to from the following sites. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead.